live from the ATL. Brant, this football game is probably going to be on the whole time we're streaming. Just an FYI. The Feats Ball. 2 games today. Was it 3 games tomorrow, Cesar? And then 1 Monday? 3 or 4 tomorrow? We started NFL. What's that? 3 tomorrow and then 1 Monday. 6. It's more than 2. We rattled off all those teams. NFL playoffs started this weekend, Brant McKee. Atlanta has no representation. Once again. Stop, Brant. It's too soon. This could be a good-ass game. I think these are all good games, actually. This one's going to be a good game. Yeah, that's the only stressor, right? For one individual. Brant, we've actually come to the conclusion that Falcons haven't made the playoffs since you've been on the show, so we're trying to reverse some negative trends here. We've enjoyed your time. We wish you... what is it, the job thing? We wish you luck on your future endeavors. Oh, no, you are not to blame for this, Brant. There's other factors at play. Do you have... So, being around sports all the time, there's like superstitions about nonsense like that. Do you have any superstitions that carry over from something that's not sports related, Brant? No such thing as coincidences. There's definitely coincidences. Go to the bathroom. Play a game. That's fair. That's fair. Maybe we should have started doing that at some point. I'm just saying. Yeah, we get a couple wins in one night, and you're like, "This is it. It stays down here in this chair." I did that in baseball. We went on a good run. I didn't wash my socks. Like 4 or 5 games in, Jokers were. It was, I don't know. It was the whole team decided this. It was just a stupid team thing. So, by like the fourth or 5th game, the Jokers were standing up by themselves. KT says can't hear Brant. That's on this audio, but we definitely hear you. Audio capture. Yeah, I'm looking around in here. I'm on the same one I'm always on. Nothing changed. Absolutely nothing changed. All right, my camera, Elgato in, audio capture. Window capture, which is us. Discord. It's just a window capture of you, though, Brant. I'm not sure. There's no separate audio feed, you know what I'm saying? It's just us. Make sure Cesar can be heard. I know the podcast was good because I coasted through the... Yeah, we had people on last week. And when I was editing, I skipped through the podcast like I always do. And I heard everybody. Can't hear Brant. Yeah, you're saying just an OBS. I'm just doing a window capture. Just me again. Oh, chat-wise and stuff. That's not good. That's not good. Let's all try it now. I changed the way some of the audio was routed for a call earlier this week. I wonder if that's it. Let me double check in here too. Yeti. Custom. All this is fine. Wait for that go live thing. We have any other pressers at the end of this year, or is that it? Game. So you're on last week's brand. I heard you. See you guys popping up.
Yeah, I hear Cesar and me.
I hear you in the window. That's a window capture.
Yeah, and that's from the saved stream through YouTube. So
forgot I did that because I was using these speakers for a call last week, and that would have been after we recorded. Now recording. Oh, that was it. Okay.
That's it.
So my output audio to pass you guys' audio apparently has to be the Yeti and not my Logitech external ones over here. Cool. All right, we're all in. Appreciate that. We owe you, KT, sound troubleshooter extraordinaire, producer.
Quick fix.
Yeah, please God, let it be something easy, right? Like we were saying earlier. Cesar, did you see Al Michaels is coming back next year? He's 81, 40 years of calling football in prime time. It's crazy.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him retire from NBC. They just cut him out. That's why I kept going. I think he wanted to leave out of NBC.
We're not letting you go. You got to keep going. We're gonna prop you up. He's still good, so it's not like he's hanging on too long.
The weekend at Bernie's in.
Weekend at Bernie's. What was that, Cesar?
What about with Chris Berman?
I kind of think he still got it, but he just has bits that he does, right? It's like propping somebody up for their greatest hits.
Chris Berman, yeah, he only does that at the that Madden type stuff.
The 2 minute drill thing. Yeah.
They still have a show on ESPN. It's that exclusive to ESPN on the app where he does like all the games of the week.
Yeah.
For like 30 minutes. It's
That's
him
right.
and Booger McFarland, I believe.
Yep. That's his new Tom Jackson. Booger McFarland's good. They took him off Monday Night Football with his lift machine. What'd they call that on Gridiron Heights?
Oh, he was so mad all the time because like I'm always out here in the cold, and he's like they were jostling him all over the place when some kind of like long crane. It's like just see him jostling around.
Oh, Brant, one season they decided to put this guy on it's like a crane. It's like something you would see at a fair. So
yeah.
this sketch cartoon show that recaps stuff from the week before, they made it into like a theme park attraction that this guy was riding around on. It was janky looking, but it would like fly him around on the sidelines, and it was like a bucket, right? It was just a bucket with a lift, but they
out on the field. I always thought it was funny because he was like, "Yeah, y'all up there warm out here in the cold."
Oh man.
got rid of him off that thing.
It's personality driven. All this stuff's funny because it's personality driven. They could have put anybody out there. It's how people react to it and how you remember those games and whatever it was. It's funny.
It's whatever weird thing, because they always had to have him give like an aerial view or whatever nonsense he did.
So the cartoon had this machine thing going haywire it's like getting yanked all around. I think they had him in like a harness, wasn't it like a Six Flags style harness thing? He had him strapped down. All right, let's do this thing. Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 379 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game, and an NFL playoff recap. There's only been one game. Podcast. That's right. It's the first week of the NFL playoffs. As Brant McKee reminded us, there's no Atlanta representation this year, just like there hasn't been the past 8 years. I think we're the longest drought now that the Jets. We're the second longest playoff drought now that the Panthers have made the playoffs. But we're here to talk video games. What games are we going to talk about? GOG has been sold? ? AI could help you play your game? ? Does it not already? Kojima Productions cross Asus. Avowed is apparently coming to PlayStation 5. And we have your January PlayStation Essential and Game Pass titles. I'm one of your hosts, Richard Bergman, joined tonight by Newsmaster Brant McKee.
What's up?
Brant, welcome. Glad we can hear you now. There were some technical difficulties earlier in the podcast setup, as it were. I changed some audio and forgot to change it back. And you make one slight change, you think it won't affect anything, and the whole fucking house burns down.
Yep.
But we're good to go. We got some troubleshooting from our community in the chat. We appreciate that, KT. Thank you. Also here, our resident lore master and soundboard master, Cesar Concepcion II. Cesar, welcome. Cesar, you have a team in the playoffs. You love your Philadelphia Eagles. How are they going to fare this weekend?
I could go either way. It is a 49ers, so.
It's going to be a good game. That is for sure. I still resent the head coach of the 49ers because he already had that job when the Falcons were in the Super Bowl, and I feel like he distracted him. So maybe I need to be at peace with that at some point, but I will forever be pulling against the Shanahans. I think it's been mentioned many times on this podcast. Let's get into this news. GOG has been sold. What does that mean? Where's it going? Who is it going away from? I thought it was a CD Projekt Red joint. This comes from VGC VideoGamesChronicle.com and Andy Robinson. It's going into very good hands. Quote. GOG is focused on DRM-free digital games, which we all know. You guys have pretty decent GOG libraries. It's a good place to get. They have the preservation program, and Brant, you don't mess with it too much?
I have zero GOG.
Zero GOG.
Zero GOG.
So you just see like when Dino Crisis and Resident Evil and stuff like that comes to it, you're just kind of keeping tabs on that preservation program and stuff.
Yeah, I know at some point I'll probably jump into that ecosystem because how they were with with preservation and everything on their end. So
yeah,
but I haven't yet.
And it's pretty easy to get your stuff on the Steam Deck through that Heroic launcher too. Go ahead.
I just checked mine. I got 291 games on GOG.
Not bad.
I've got a decent bit there because Brant, before I feel like it was before Steam parity. I don't know what the term is, but that was like the best place to get a lot of complete deals. It felt like Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition would be like $4.99 or something. It was a good place to grab stuff like that. And then like their games, like The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, the complete edition of that. I feel like it was $10 on GOG before it was like a discounted SKU anywhere else. I don't know how many I have on there, but they had some random stuff that you couldn't find anywhere. Anyways, that's some backstory for that. And from this article, GOG is focused on DRM-free digital games, including modern releases and the preservation of classic games, and is operated within Witcher and Cyberpunk owner CD Projekt for over 17 years. This past Monday, CD Projekt announced its co-founder and major shareholder Mike Kaczynski
I think that's right.
is purchasing 100% of the shares in GOG for, that is a Polish currency, I'm not sure what that is, $90.7 million, which translates to $25.2 million. As part of the deal, CD Projekt and GOG have signed a distribution agreement that includes a plan to release CD Projekt Red's upcoming games on the platform. Naturally. Mikhail Nowakowski, joint CEO of CD Projekt, said the sale would allow it to focus on game development while GOG remains, quote, in very good hands. Another quote, with our focus now fully on an ambitious development roadmap and expanding our franchises with new high-quality products, we felt this was the right time for this move, he said. Gotta get rid of this ad. For a long time now, GOG has been operating independently. Now it's going to be in very good hands. We're convinced with the support of Mikhail, one of GOG's co-founders, its future will be full of great projects and successes. We would like to thank the GOG team for years of fruitful cooperation, blah, 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 blah. Any big nuggets in here? I'm looking. Good handoff.
No.
They end the quote, beyond preserving classics, GOG has always sought out new games with a retro spirit. I'm personally involved in the development of a few games like that, and they will certainly make their strong appearance on GOG in 2026. I think GOG's good old games, isn't that what it started off as?
Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a separate launcher on PC, but it's pretty easy to get to if you fire it up on Steam Deck, and I believe they were also giving away free stuff for a while, just like the Epic Game Store. So that probably added to libraries as well through the years.
But I did always love their stance on how digital games should be no different than your physical games. You know, once you buy it, it belongs to you. If you choose to leave it to somebody or trade it to somebody, you could just, give them whatever or your library, and it shouldn't be an issue. But and I'm glad that even though it's changing hands, that they're not going to be losing that value,
that spirit as well
from their, yeah.
Because it was probably
that was
probably
the main
worth a
fear.
good bit more.
Yeah,
as a distribution platform, I guess it's probably worth a good bit more than that sale was for. So
likely.
On a side note to all the CD Projekt Red stuff, friend of the show Mark's Knight is convinced through various Reddit threads and things that he's been reading about that CD Projekt Red is working on an expansion for The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt, which came out in the year of our Lord 2015, 11 years ago, and got 2 very meaty expansions, both of which he thoroughly enjoyed. But he is convinced through these rumors and Reddit threads that they are actually working on new content for that game, which would be, I told him, I read the threads he sent me, and I was like, I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire sometimes, but this would be unprecedented for a game this old to get, and this
that much support,
famous to get that much support, to get a whole nother expansion. This, when we know they're working on Cyberpunk stuff and The Witcher, are they calling that thing The Witcher 4? Is that what they're calling the one with Cirilla? Or did they call it New Witcher? I can't remember. We saw that awesome trailer.
I was about to say, I don't know that they've fully given it a actual title, a tentative. It's just, the next game in the Witcher series. Or, I, like you said, I don't remember if they actually did give it a actual title.
Next generation portable Witcher.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like you said, it would be very unprecedented if they gave that substantial of an update.
So Mark's Knight has been mentioning to me several times that he thinks there's new content coming to The Witcher 3, like a new expansion. Have you heard anything like that or seen anything like that in your perusing of the interwebs?
Yeah, it's something about something with some board meeting stuff that kind of leaked out about bonuses being paid that led to it.
Interesting. So there might be some fire to the smoke.
I mean, let's see. I think it's supposed to lead into a certain island before it goes to Witcher 4.
That would be something else. Have we ever had...
If you go to Witcher... Yeah, if you go to Witcher.com, it's called The Witcher 4 New Saga Begins. That's the only name it has on there.
Okay.
Witcher 4.
But I think it was supposed to be an island and say Siri could possibly be the main character, and it kind of leads into 4. Is what they're saying.
And it's DLC
Somebody
for
data mined it somewhere.
Is DLC for the third game, or it's like its own standalone expansion thing?
They didn't say. Somebody just assumes it might be DLC for the third game, but there's no confirmation. It could be something separate.
Have we gotten DLC
up here,
for a game like that many years past release?
The upcoming DLC will serve as a way to bridge the gap between The Witcher 3 and The Witcher 4, which is said to be launching in quarter 4 2027.
Man, that's a long ways out. Be here before you know it.
Informant then Reddit it. A person who has repeatedly provided us with reliable behind-the-scenes information confirmed at the time that a new expansion was in the works, albeit at a very early stage.
That would be wild.
And it's supposed to be you're exploring Zarikana, which is a realm located east of the Northern Kingdoms, which is where the majority of the third game takes place.
I mean, outside of an MMO or like a live service game now, it's not. Oh, I guess it's not unprecedented anymore. With games constantly getting supported, I guess it's that barrier's kind of gone. Anything's on the table. We'll see. Maybe there'll be news down the road.
And to answer your question, no. That is, I mean, in console days, yes. PC, no. You would always get random expansion decades later.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got an expansion for Age of Empires 2, and that game came out in the late 90s. A brand new expansion, so.
Final Fantasy 11 is still getting support, right? Japanese support?
Still online.
Maybe not new content. Yeah. Dragon Quest X's got to be up there, right? An original Wii game. Still getting, it's moved to different platforms. But again, these are MMOs. These aren't single player adventure games. Who knows? Time will tell. Sony has a new patent. AI patent will see PlayStation games play themselves when players are stuck. This comes from Jordan Midler at VGC, VideoGamesChronicle.com. As described in patent documents, Ghost Player would see players call down an AI-generated ghost version of the player character, which could either play out the solution to a particular part of the level or complete it entirely. The patent was originally filed in September 2024, but the World Intellectual Property Organization, or WIPO, I would just call that WIPO. I was like, why is this not an acronym? Because it's WIPO. Published an international status report on the patent this week. For example, if a player were stuck on a puzzle in an Uncharted game, the guide mode would seemingly present an AI-controlled Nathan Drake demonstrating the solution before the player did it themselves. The complete mode would simply complete the section for the player. I feel like they did this in, was it Astrobot or Ratchet and Clank? Or maybe there was a similar... But those are like pre-recorded videos, right?
I was about to say, the article does, as you go down, it says it's basically kind of like an evolution of the game help system that was introduced alongside the PS5, where
game help.
It wasn't widely adopted, but a lot of games did offer that game help option to where if you were having trouble with a specific section, you could press the PS button, bring up the hub, and see that part for the game help, and it might, be able to help you through that piece you're stuck on.
Nintendo does a similar thing, right? With I think there were some 3DS titles you could hit like Sheikah Stones in the Zelda games, and it would either, I don't know, maybe that would just point you in the right direction. Maybe it didn't outright show you.
Yeah, those just kind of gave you some guidance on what to do next.
Or Luigi's Mansion. Didn't the Luigi's Mansion 3 have something similar to that? I feel like one of the platformers did too. Nintendo's dabbled with the same thing, but I guess this is an AI generated thing is what this whole patent's about. I mean, that lends towards... Of course,
I was going to say that they bring up in this article that, some people have complained about certain aspects of the games recently, of maybe your side character or NPC flat out like telling you, hey, what in the while you're in the middle of trying to do whatever or solve the puzzle, be like, hey, you should, why don't you look at this? Why don't you try this? So, some people have already been calling stuff like that out. And it's worth saying that this is just a patent Sony has. There's no 100% that they will implement this in whatever next hardware they have. But if they wanted to, they have the patent for it. If they see, the need arise, boom, there you go. So, and I mean, for certain people, it might not be bad. I mean, this article again points out that there are several games that already can help players either skip certain sections or lower the difficulties in other sections. And I mean, some of that has to do with accessibility and things like that, but this is just another tool to where everybody can enjoy it. It's one of those things. It's like, hey, you don't need it, then you don't have to use it. So
what compute processing power and all that is being utilized for that feature to be included? Is that drawing development resources? Maybe that's a concern. I don't know. This stuff's been in games for a long time, like you were saying, and development always chases current trends. Like a lot of stuff now is AI driven. I'd much rather have a feature like this than like AI generated random artwork and voice acting and stuff in the background. Remember Smart Glass? Like everybody was on the 2-screen thing, and Microsoft had a pretty cool. I thought Smart Glass was pretty neat, but by the time I had anything that would like really run it right, and was it Fable I was messing around with? Maybe, it just didn't. It wasn't anything more than a map. It was a good way to put a map on another screen, kind of the Wii U issue, maybe. Without a killer app, like a great utilization of Smart Glass, it was just kind of an accessory thing. But if people have access to the stuff like that, maybe they figure something cool out. Maybe they tie some cool gameplay element into that. Kojima gets a hold of something like this. It's there may be something wacky in that AI character, that game help thing, whatever it is. Maybe a whole nother layer to his next thing.
Oh yeah,
good segue. Good.
But
segue.
Speaking of Kojima, segue. This is from VGC, Andy Robinson. Kojima Productions reveals its most ambitious collaboration yet. A Yoji Shinjikawa gaming tablet. And this is with the partnership with Asus and their ROG series of products.
Oh.
So the ROG Flow Z13 KJP is a 2-in-1 gaming tablet designed by Death Stranding and Metal Gear Solid artist Yoji Shinkawa, featuring visuals inspired by Konami Productions, Luden's mascot. Tablet includes a keyboard,
the big astronaut guy.
13.4 display at a 2.5K resolution, 180 hertz, AMD Ryzen AI Max Plus 395 processor with Radeon 8060s graphics. Also includes Death Stranding style carrying case.
It's a very cool looking piece of hardware.
There's actually a whole line also of products for the PCs that they've also designed, inspired by the Ludens, including a gaming headset, a gaming mouse, and premium mouse mat.
Yeah, the mouse mat's probably the only thing in my price range. It looks really good though. Like me a good mouse mat. That tablet thing's kind of chunky. It looks like a tough book.
Yeah,
it looks like a tough book
does.
tablet.
But yeah, if you scroll down in this article, that obviously doesn't help our audio listeners here, but you can see this. And if you want to check out on VGC, you could scroll down or just search these products. And I mean, they do have a nice design.
Yeah. Anything featuring Shinkawa's artwork, I think, is worth highlighting. His Metal Gear illustrations are like the definitive. It's what you think of when you think of Metal Gear. That artwork is just gorgeous. He has a way of, I'm sure there's a style to it. Like he's done it with that Ludens icon too, but it's just like half the character or part of the character, you know? He'll have like Solid Snake in some stance, and then, you know, the characters are built off the back or the side, and you can kind of see the whole cast in this splash. He's a synonymous with that series specifically, as I feel like was it Yoshitaka Amano for the Final Fantasy series, like drawing those character designs and stuff. And it's almost a similar, I'm sure there's a name for that art style, but it's almost a similar type representation. It's not quite impressionist, maybe. There's some whimsy to it. There's I'm not an art person, but it's really, really cool. I wish he had an art book. I should have a Metal Gear Solid poster of some kind somewhere.
I'm about to say, there probably is some art book at some point.
Yeah.
That released. If you're interested in any of these, pricing hasn't been released, nor has a release date, but it's most expected to arrive within the first half of the year.
So the mouse mat may not be in my price range.
I don't know, maybe.
How much for that mouse mat in the window?
It's an Asus.
It's an Asus branded mouse mat.
Asus branded mouse mat.
My Corsair mouse may not perform as well in that Asus product.
Probably not. Probably won't do it.
It's not compatible, Brant.
And then, of course, they talk about how Kojima Productions has been doing a lot of promotions and projects involving Death Stranding, such as like the animated movie and the Disney Plus series,
right?
And the live action film.
Trying to really grow and develop that out, you know. 2 successful games. I think Cesar's the only one to play through the first Death Stranding. Cesar, did you get around to the second one yet?
Yeah, I'll put some time in the second one.
Yeah.
Play a lot of stuff, man. I just don't openly talk about everything.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it when you first started it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if how far you'd gotten.
I saw it made both of the My Life in Gaming. It made both of those guys' list for games of the year. Well, one of them challenged the other one to play it, and he didn't enjoy it as much. But he kind of got into a cadence of finding the game's rhythm. The game has a rhythm you have to uncover at a certain point, and he finally clicked with it and just kind of went through it. So, but they said it was a refinement over the first one. Graphics were beautiful, all that sort of stuff. I need to give that first one another go. I haven't tried that since PS4. Cesar, did you play that one on Steam Deck?
First good. It's a little ass Gear game.
I know you loved it. Did you play it on Steam Deck?
I played the PS5.
PS5 version.
Yeah, I don't know. It's PS5. I played the definitive edition on there.
Yeah, because I think they got it. Like, I think it's a pretty good experience on Steam Deck, if I remember right. I don't know if it's verified or playable, but I believe that's considered a good spot to play that game. That's the first one I'm referring to. I kind of flip-flop back and forth there.
Yeah, I think I played it after they did the PS5 Pro enhanced update.
That patch.
So
that one's called Director's Cut. Is that what you said?
Everything on there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was Director's Cut.
You know,
Kojima didn't want to call it Director's Cut, but it was Director's Cut.
Yeah. We always hear stupid stuff like remastered and Definitive Edition, but I wouldn't think they would do something like that with Death Stranding.
The Director's Cut always assumes that you're changing something that you didn't agree with. That's probably why he didn't want to call it Director's Cut.
Yeah, I totally forgot that story.
Been better.
Yeah, extended. Yeah, you're right. because he kind of does his thing and then just goes on to the next one. Like I think even Twin Snakes was a modification he didn't really want to do, the GameCube one. Because didn't David Hyder have to pay for the voice? He paid for the voice cast to come back and re-record all that for the GameCube. That was a Silicon Knights initiative and Nintendo and Konami. Alrighty, next up, Xbox and Obsidian's Avowed is coming to PS5 with new modes and content. And this will come alongside an anniversary update for the existing SKU next month. Announced a New Game Plus showcase on Thursday. Was there anything else announced in the New Game Plus showcase? I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah.
This is the big
direct later on this month.
We do.
So I think that's where you get your big stuff.
What was that, the 22nd? Cesar, I think I saw January 22nd. Microsoft Developer Direct, as he mentioned. Announced in the new game.
I think you're going to see a lot of random updates through Microsoft this year. I mean, this is their anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Some Halo news. A demo of Campaign Evolved. That's going to take a little while to come around to.
I mean, the big three are coming out this year, right? New Forza, new Halo, new Gears.
Microsoft's back, baby, except they're all on PlayStation also. This is the world we're in now. What even is an Xbox?
Yeah, supposedly a Fable.
And Fable?
Supposedly, yeah. Unless that gets pushed back again.
Gears,
I think this is the year they put out the full slate.
Which, is it another Forza Horizon? Yes, that's when we saw the trailer of recently. In Japan, correct?
I think they laid off most of that team that did the Gran Turismo based Forza. I don't think those are coming back anytime soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
The more simulation style, not the arcadey.
I think they're going in with the arcade. That's the one that sells the best. So.
Yeah. How was that most recent Forza? The one that was the simulation. What'd they call that one? They just called that one Forza Motorsport, right? Just like the original Xbox title.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't check it out. I don't know if y'all did. I'm on a racing game kick, and I didn't even remember that game.
Some people prefer that over Gran Turismo. So.
Mm-hmm. I remember that being the consensus, especially when the 360 was hitting hard.
I don't play enough on either of those franchises to speak highly of them. So
yeah,
I mean, I played a shit ton of Forza Horizon. I prefer the arcade-based stuff, but that's
I was about to
me.
say, I know you love the Horizon games. Did the Forza Horizon 5 ever get a PS5 physical, or was that only a digital SKU?
It's digital only. I don't think it even matters because it's over 100 gigs. I mean, it wouldn't be a full complete set on the disc either way.
Holy shit. Man. What would that even look
discs,
like?
I mean,
yeah. 2 install discs.
I take that back because, I mean, Larian Studios was able to do Baldur's Gate as a complete set, and it's 2 discs on PS5. So I think they filled up the 100 gigs on both. So.
I mean, how would you even split that up with a racing game? Would you put like American tracks on one side and European tracks on another disc, like split up? But then you're writing all your physics code. Oh, you're right.
Installed this. I mean, yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Because I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is 2 discs, 2 Blu-rays. One's an install disc, and there's a play disc. But the play disc is just literally the CD key port to launch the game. So. Much
like one of the Final Fantasy VII remakes was like that, I think. Maybe the PS4 one. I digress. New Games Plus showcase that occurred on Thursday. The PS5 version of Avowed will release alongside Avowed's anniversary update on February 17th. It's a big game for next month. Along with the New Game Plus, I guess that fits the name of the showcase, new races, new weapons type, a photo mode, and more. Avowed's PS5 release arrives 1 year after it debuted on Xbox consoles and PC, and continues Microsoft's modern strategy of releasing its games across multiple platforms. My link just crashed.
I think that's pretty much the
that's the gist
pretty much
of it.
The gist.
Yep. They give a summary of what it is. It's an action RPG. It came out from Obsidian, and they also released The Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2 in early access in 2025. Obsidian had a pretty big outpouring there. They're kind of like they're the rareware of Xbox, right? Doing the big lift for first party, second party for Xbox there. All right. Somebody tell me about these PlayStation Plus monthly games we're getting.
Before that, I didn't put it in news, but we also got a new GameCube NSO title.
Oh, there is one. I did see this. A very expensive
the
GameCube
Fire Emblem
title.
Path of Radiance came to the GameCube service. So if you have the Nintendo Switch Online Plus and a Switch 2, then you can access that game right now. And then we'll go straight into our January games here for PlayStation Plus. These are your essential titles. We have Need for Speed Unbound for PS5. Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrushed.
The only thing I would mention is that Fire Emblem one's weird. I mean, we need that other one on the Wii so it can complete the story. It's 2 parts.
Yeah, it got a sequel on the Wii, which is not nearly as expensive as that GameCube copy was. Cesar's right, a complete edition of both of those would be really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if people download this one and play it, just like F-Zero. What is it? We always download the F-Zero game to show people that we're downloading F-Zero. We carry the F-Zero banner.
And last but not least, Core Keeper for PS4 and PS5.
These are all 3 pretty strong titles. That Epic Mickey Rebrushed is actually a lot of fun to play. If y'all haven't tried that one out, it's really good. I bought a physical copy of that one. It's good. And it does wonderful.
Looks great.
Looks fantastic. Controls well. They did a good job porting those Wii controllers over to this. It's the second Wii reference in these games, back to back. And the haptic feedback on the triggers when you're doing the paintbrush abilities is awesome on the PS5. It's just really, really cool. Core Keeper, I don't know a lot about. Is this a potential Steam game?
Either.
Is this a potential Steam game for us in Buish? The PlayStation-less Buish until we wear him down on that.
Possible.
He's watching the show, so
I think it's
we might be able to start getting him.
It's one of those it's a multiplayer type game. It was very popular with streamers maybe about a couple years back. Maybe about a year or 2 back. But it's got that Stardew Valley looking graphics, if I remember correctly. The overhead view, and it's like a lot of mining type stuff. And
yeah, this description sounds like Minecraft.
I know a lot of people used to play those, and like when I see streamers like VTubers used to do them on like group streams, like 4 people and stuff like that. So it came and gone. It was like that for a couple months, and then it disappeared off the radars. But it was popular for a bit.
Core Keeper. No links to this.
It's like Minecraft. It's what was the other game? Terraria that you bought us before.
Oh yeah.
Terraria.
It's like that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. It's that type of stuff.
I'm gonna look at this, and we're all gonna have it on. I don't have it on Steam. Interesting.
Usually pretty costly.
It's $20 on Steam. Holy shit! Oh, this looks good.
Yeah.
Damn it! All right,
I don't think it goes like on sale too often, or so.
I'll add it to the wish list. It's on 2 friends' wish list, but neither one of you guys. We need like a 4-pack. I like when they do that 4 key pack, and I'm like, yes, I have 4 people that need this game. This is wonderful. Almost wish they could send you an offer when you add it to your wish list. Like, how many do you need? Quantity 4. Cut me a deal. I'll buy this right now.
That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm. They're advertising. It's part of a sale. It's part of a New Game Plus sale. So this New Game Plus is a whole big thing. Look at it. New Game Plus showcase. I totally missed this. I've just been out of it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Flew under the radar.
Yeah, there's Avowed. They talked about Avowed. Crimson Desert. Rogue Trader. Towerborn. Is this really New Game Plus or just like a bunch of live service updates? Is that what New Game Plus is now? We're getting Witcher 3 New Game Plus with the expansion. I don't know. All right, what's up next?
Our Megan Spur updates.
Yeah, Megan
for Xbox Wire. So as per usual, we get a bunch of games added. It's across all these new Game Pass tiers. So we have Brews and Bastards.
Two of my
added
favorite
to
things.
Ultimate Premium and PC Game Pass.
One stick shooter.
Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition. Added to Ultimate Premium and also the PC. Yeah. As of recording now, these are also available. We have Atom Fall on the Game Pass Premium.
Atom Fall. This sounds
Lost
familiar.
in Random. The Eternal Die. Now with Premium. Rematch. Now with Premium.
Soccer game, yeah.
Warhammer 40K Space Marine Master Crafted Edition. Now on your Xbox Game Pass Premium.
This kind of got panned.
The OG Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh, what, the 40K got panned?
Yeah, it wasn't a huge update for. It wasn't like a remaster. Like it wasn't a whole another $40 SKU like they were charging people for. Like you couldn't tell any difference between that and the Steam version running at high settings and stuff. So yeah, they caught a little flack for that.
It's like a weird. It was a weird port of like the GOG version or something like that. Because when I fired it up, it gave like the GOG logo. It's like some weird PC modified port. That's why it's not on the anything but Xbox and PC.
Yep,
it's odd.
If you fire up the game, I think it has like the GOG on there or something like that. They took like a PC build of it and implemented some things. It's weird. It looks weird.
But
I
still,
prefer
like
plugging in my PS3 copy. Yeah, in my PS3, I think it looks better. It's like some of the textures and stuff that makes it look off. It's weird. I played for like an hour and I was like, I'm not a huge fan of it.
It was a bizarre misstep because they were coming off like Space Marine 2 was a huge hit, either last year or 2 years ago. Like it was a big deal. Everybody was talking about it. And then to just kind of, I mean, they're capitalizing on that
weird PC emulation thing. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did on there. Something weird.
It was funny. So maybe don't check that one out if you have some other place to play the Master Crafted Edition.
Yeah, because I think it's just sitting there. It looks at me every time. It's like, put me back in the PS3, the THQ version.
Play me.
Then we have the OG Final Fantasy added to your Game Pass Ultimate Premium and PC Game Pass.
So it says
now we
go ahead. It says Final Fantasy. No. All the ones we're getting now are going to be pixel remasters, right? Is that what this is?
Yeah, I believe these are all just the pixel remasters.
Okay.
So remodeled 2D take. Yeah, so it sounds like it's just all the
universally updated 2D pixel graphics. Okay. So maybe
which is contentious depending on who you talk to. Some people say it's okay. Some people are like, no, completely redoes the sprites, and that's not how they were intended to be. And
I mean, they put a lot of effort into making sure these are playable for future. I mean, it's not easy to play original Final Fantasy, right? So
yeah,
you have to applaud most of the effort there. Cesar, you played through this one last year, I feel like, and enjoyed your time with it. So
yeah, I mean, it's fine. I mean, remember this was kind of like a test because a lot of people gave them shit on the iOS ones, and they came back and cleaned this up and put it on PC and cleaned it up. And they did a limited release on physical copies on PS4 and Switch, and the thing's been through a lot. And then they came back and did a real print through on those. So
yep.
And they sold like 4 million copies or something like that. Recently they announced. So I mean, I'm glad it did well. I mean, it's not as beloved as Dragon Quest in Japan, which they put in more effort to do remakes over there because they can't really. I guess they get more flack for not like just not producing those properly over there. So
yeah.
But then again, I don't know who's running that Final Fantasy division as well as Yuji does. So, because Yuji's still over there in the Dragon Quest side. They don't really have like a figurehead in Final Fantasy that's been there since the inception of it. So,
right,
yeah,
he seems to have a better with the legacy part of it, in my opinion. So,
and that's the benefit we get from all these old Nintendo franchises. You still have those same core people here making these decisions, and that's not the case at Square Enix. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
But if you have any
interest, just keep passing off Final Fantasy to different people, right? I mean, they're just like, oh, you try it now. Yeah. Oh, you try it. Or somebody just leaves after they get shit for not selling 50 million copies. So,
yeah,
which is crazy because if you look at Final Fantasy's outsold Dragon Quest, so it's like, but it's like their goals on there. It's a little odd. So, but I mean, Square Enix is going through a weird hostile takeover right now because they got some.
What do they have going on?
Some Japanese media company that's just been buying up their stock shares slowly but surely, trying to influence them to do things a certain way. So
hostile takeover.
Yeah, they've been like, it's kind of like Tencent. It's like another Japanese company. And they just like slowly just keep like, oh, another 5 share, like another 5%, another 5%. They're getting up higher and higher. So
they'll be calling the shots.
Which is weird because I figured Sony would have went after them for a while because I don't think they would care too much about their gaming stuff. They got a shit ton of manga and anime. They have a very popular manga service in Japan that's similar to like Jump Comics. And there's a lot of anime that gets licensed over here through Square Enix over here. Like if you watch Crunchyroll or High Dive, there's a lot of anime they produce. So it's like I was surprised that Sony didn't jump on that just for that part, entertainment-wise, since they're trying to grow that pillar in there. But I guess they didn't want to sell to Sony, is what the rumor was going around. So
they still do the figures? Do they still have is it Square Arts or something like that? Something Arts?
I don't think so, but I mean they still have that huge they own a lot of their own music, so I figured Sony would want them for their music also. So that's what I said. There's a lot that Square has their hands in multimedia wise that would fit very well with Sony. So
and if you have any interest in this series and you've never played it before, maybe start with this one if you have Game Pass, because that probably means the rest of them are coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, at some point you would think.
Start with the first one. And this one's not too long. It's what, like 15 hours, Cesar? I don't think it was like super...
Yeah, I don't think it's
if that much.
Yeah.
It's a lot of quality of life improvements in this game. So, I mean, you can like refill your health and you can... max out your experience. I mean, there's ways.
Yeah, you can double the XP and money, right?
Heal after battles. There's like all kind of sliders and stuff you can turn on, right? Make it more consumable. The story mode without being like directly story mode. I need to play this one. I've played the most Final Fantasy I've played is the NES one, which was batshit hard if you went the wrong direction. Just went to some place you were not supposed to be leveling up at.
I mean, the twist in that game was pretty good, man. I've beaten that on Game Boy and I've beaten this version as well. So,
oh, that's right, Dawn of Souls. It got packaged with the first two. Got packaged on PlayStation 1.
Yeah, with the additional CG, I think that was the only biggest thing. Dawn of Souls is the one that only had the additional dungeon.
It was just one dungeon, or one dungeon for each, or something.
I believe so. Yeah.
Brant reaches his first copy of
and that was some of the misfires that people were complaining about because these ports are just the iOS ports when they went back and redid the graphics. I mean, the pixels on there, and these are not the GBA ones, which I think all the GBA release ones had some additional content put in there. So
there's some
PSP. Cool... I think it's the best version of Final Fantasy 4. So
I think that was my most played Final Fantasy 4 was the PSP one, because you had like the After Years content on that one too, right? After that,
yeah.
Maybe that's the latest DLC expansion. From Final Fantasy 4 to Final Fantasy the After Years. Final Fantasy 4 the After Years. We came full circle this episode. From The Witcher to the Moon, the Final Fantasy 4 Moon. What else is coming to Game Pass, Brant? That was a great Final Fantasy distraction we went
on. Coming January 13th, we have Star Wars Outlaws coming to your Game Pass Ultimate and Game Pass PC. Followed by January 15th, My Little Pony, a Zephyr Heights mystery.
My Little Pony, My Little Pony. My kids like singing the My Little Pony song.
That is for Game Pass Ultimate, Premium, and PC. January 20th, Resident Evil Village, Ultimate, Premium, and PC.
Why would this be coming to Game Pass right now, Brant?
Some
good timing. Some good timing.
Good timing right before the release of 9. Which, if you haven't played Village yet, it is very good. Village.
I know both of you guys enjoyed that one.
Ooh, it's right up there with like 4 and
damn. It's high praise.
I don't know. The last few that have come out have been so good.
This whole reboot has been great, right? 7, 8.
Yeah.
I've only
7 and 8 were really, really good.
I've only ever beaten 4 and 5. I think I beat 5 with Cesar. I beat 4 with friend of the show, Joel. That content might be on these GameCube memory cards. I've been caught up in UPS hell for 2 months. That may never come because they're flagged as some sort of fraud. They have them. They're not lost. We just have to see if they release them and send them. So,
oh my gosh,
GameCube memory cards.
And last but not least, January 20th as well, Mio Memories in Orbit for Game Pass Ultimate and PC. Then we also have some leaving January 15th.
I don't think we beat 5, man.
You don't think we played through 5?
We stopped on the island with the chicken eggs. We never finished that playthrough.
That was our playthrough of that. I think I beat it before.
Oh my gosh.
I think I beat it at some other point before. Maybe on PS3 or 360.
That is the only Resident Evil game that I got a platinum for. I did everything in that PS3
really?
one.
Okay.
So, for Resident Evil 5, yeah.
That was a good game.
It was good.
Well, it was a very action-packed game, and I just remember how ridiculous the ending was with Wesker and lots of RPGs.
That was the boulder punching one, right? Punch the boulder.
Yes. Punch the boulder.
I think that was. I still remember to this day because that trophy was difficult for me to get because there was a trophy I had to get that had to complete every level on hard, and I had to complete every level in co-op online with somebody. And I think there was one where you did that gigantic monster when you're trapped in the vehicle with the machine gun, and you just have to survive long enough to do it. And then like played in a hard, I was like always down all the time. I think I sat there for an hour until I got somebody online that helped me actually beat it. I was like, never again.
That's it.
Put a lot of hours to get that platinum.
Never going back to that one.
I remember that to this day. I was like, that was a
memories.
Pain in the ass. But I got it. I was like, hell yeah.
That's the point. That's why the trophies and stuff are in there like that. And you had a good online experience too. Somebody got on there with you.
Yeah, but it was no mics. No mics. It was just some random dude that just jump in there and he just figured out what we were trying to do. So a lot of times people would just jump out sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good experience.
But just a few games here leaving January 15th.
Could have played Dynamite Cop online.
Dynamite
Cop.
Oh,
I'll play some Dynamite Cop.
I still want to play the. Oh shit! What's the game called? Cesar, the dinosaurs. It's the Genesis game. Something dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs for Hire.
There we go. No. I every now and then that shit pops into my head.
My new Cinti.
It's your new Crusader Cinti.
It's a Sega game.
Is it not on?
Dinosaurs for Hire comes on there. That's my childhood. That's it.
It's not on either one of those Genesis minis.
I don't think so.
Damn.
That weird Sega institutional game that, for whatever reason, I think it's based off a comic book property. I'm thinking that's why it might be tied up to an IP, and that's why it's like somebody just has to fucking just go out there and cut a check or something like that.
Yep.
It's a Sega Institute game?
I believe so. It's one of the Sega studios that did it.
I listened to that Mark Cerny.
It might not be an Institute game, but
yeah,
it's something in their group.
Sega Interactive Development
tell you real
Division.
quick.
Yeah, because I looked it up too, because I was like, I just listened to that Mark Cerny podcast, and I figured he would have brought something up from it. But it's Mike Latham.
Yeah, Sega Interactive. Yeah, you got it. Interactive Development Division. And it looks like the IP is based off of Marvel Comics, so Marvel might have the IP. It was first published by Eternity Comics and ran, and then it went to Malibu.
Dinosaurs.
I don't know who owns the IP, so somebody does.
Holy shit!
Hey, the shit
Great
looks
name,
good,
man.
man.
No game looks awesome. Contra game with dinosaurs and guns. That looks awesome. It's everything you would want in a 1993 video game, right? This is the perfect peak video game. It's a comic book series about it. It's dinosaurs. It's guns. Plays like Contra. Good stuff. You stream it for us, sorry.
I mean, Disney's been.
If you look at the bottom of that reception here, Andrew Reiner of Game Informer reviewed Dinosaurs for Hire in 2013 and said that seeing dinosaurs as protagonists in a Contra-like side scroller was fascinating and weird.
Fascinating and weird.
Oh,
that's our kind of game.
Disney re-released all those, like after school, the Aladdin, the Jungle Book, and oh gosh, what was the other one?
Yeah.
But they released that whole pack of games and Lion King.
Oh, but they also did like Rescue Rangers, the Disney Afternoon Collection or After School. Yeah, maybe After School.
Yeah, Afternoon.
Yeah,
Afternoon. It was something like that.
All the Rescue Rangers games and Chippendale.
It makes sense because you saw who the Disney VP of Business and Licensing is, right? It's John Drake. He's a PlayStation alum. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's the one that's cutting the checks for people to make these games. So.
We need Digital Eclipse to get a hold of one of these. I don't know what else they would lump in with Dinosaurs for Hire, but if they could start scooping up some of these one-offs. They like to make collections and they're interactive. They just
need to do a full Marvel collection.
Yeah.
They could do, Mega Man. They could do the X-Men Apocalypse and what's the Maximum Carnage, Spider-Man Maximum Carnage. Throw that on there for the hell of it.
Yeah, or Separation Anxiety is the one I played a shit ton with Chad and my brother. So
that's a big license. I mean, they did the Atari thing, but they're co-owned by Atari now. They did the Jeff Minter story. They did Karateka, which was great. That would be a big license for them.
There was a whole bunch of Marvel games back then. They could throw a whole.
So Digital Eclipse got a cool off because they took a lot of flack from the Mortal Kombat stuff.
That was
that's
ambitious.
Probably under the radar. And then what shot themselves in the foot and why I didn't buy the Switch 2 copy was because they even said on X or Twitter, I'm going to still call it Twitter, was that they're probably going to reprint that game again, and then the reprinted game will have 4 included. Because they asked and they said, will 4 be in the reprinted game included?
Missing one.
And they said yes, if that game gets reprinted, 4 will be included on there, which was a huge hint. So, so that's why I was like, nah, I'm not buying the Switch 2 one. On the PS5 one, so I was like, because 4 was already on there. So
it is actually on the disc.
Yes, yeah. I think they had to get it in earlier for Nintendo for whatever reason, because you remember we're having that RAM shortages, so it's the only time that cartridges have backfired on us. So
yeah. What do you think that cool off looks like?
When AI cools off.
That's what it is. That's what the holdup is.
Yeah, when it oversaturates the market, there's too many out there. But right now, it's going to be a couple of years before that happens. But yeah, they confirmed that if when that game gets reprinted, that 4 will be included. So that at that point, I was like, yep, not buying this version.
It can wait. Fix your shit. It's usually Bungie. Bungie, fix your shit. Fix your Mortal Kombat collection.
To answer your question, Richard, I think Switch 2 was the only one that did not have it. So, yeah.
What a strange omission, right?
Yeah, I think they said it on Twitter that they unfortunately they had to get that built in before whatever contract was signed on Game 4 on there or whatever. Just the timing. So they had to get the build in. It was too late. They couldn't put a new build in there. So
Yeah.
Bizarre.
How bizarre.
Brant, what games are leaving Game Pass? I think that's all we got to wrap up, right? That's it for news. Did you run down those?
Yeah, there's just a couple right here.
There's some big ones in
Of
there.
course, you can
though.
save up. You can save up to 20% off.
I'm sorry, Richard. Did you see that Simpson sign from the Green Bay?
What'd somebody say?
They missed the kick, and then somebody held out the what's his name from The Simpsons. It goes ha ha. It's like hanging out the side.
Nelson.
Well, I forgot what his name is.
It was Nelson.
Nelson Muntz.
Says, ha ha. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I just happened to look up at the right
good.
time as the kick missed, and it had the sign there going ha ha.
Fitting.
It's almost as good as I sent that picture to Richard about the guy who said he sold his copy of Panzer Dragoon Saga to watch that WWE show. I sold my Panzer Dragoon Saga for this ticket.
Yeah, he's got it up. You know how they flash to the signs in the wrestling ring.
Yeah,
the fans out there. That's what he's holding up. I was like, holy shit.
Oh,
we all have a price. No. We all have a price for everything.
Oh. All right. Real quick. We have Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, Neon White, Road 96, The Ascent, and the Grinch Christmas Adventures.
No,
Those are
not the Grinch Christmas Adventures.
You better get it if you want it, man.
Or save 20% to keep the fun going for the Grinch Christmas Adventures. I think the big ones there.
I thought about doing that humble bundle for all that Christmas bullshit from the outright games. I was like, am I to that point? I was like, $15 for everything. I was like,
I looked at it. I looked at the titles
because it was that, and what was the other weird shit? It was like My Little Pony was in there, right? It was like some other licensed stuff. The only thing that was worth it was what the Turtles one, right? That's the only one. Like, all right, that's worth it. But it's like I could probably get that $10 separately, and that's the only one I would have probably really played.
Yeah.
I thought about it, man. I kicked it around. Even the dog based one with those dogs from Nickelodeon, they were in there. I was like, do I want this shit in my
the Paw Patrol, the Paw Patrol game?
Yeah.
What is this?
I danced around that
because they're all gonna get delisted, right?
Yeah. It's just the IP one. I think the humble bundle's already over. Because it's like it was like the last 5 hours, and I thought it's $5
really?
for all of them. It's like $5 for all of them, I might do it. I was like, but then I looked, that's like 15 for all of them. I was like, fuck, I'm not doing it for 15.
Yeah, they have great on
hand. I threw it off.
It's a great on handheld collection, the Waifus for You collection, the Carnage collection. Yeah, that one's off of there. Damn it! I wanted to read those games again. I looked at it too. Ugh, madness.
I'll look it up real quick. Huh? Yeah, it's still up there. Somebody has it online.
Yeah, somebody posted it.
Do we get the Paw Patrol Humble Bundle? Outright Games Endless Fun Bundle. Like no job's too big.
Yeah, Outright Game often featured popular. I hate the AI response. It doesn't give me what I really freaking need here.
Yeah, and I found the link.
Yeah, you're looking at the same Reddit one, right?
No, I found the link. I'm on the Humble Bundle store, but it says it expired January 10th, 2026. 6,682 people bought this bundle. 7,000 people.
It doesn't show the games on there though. Boo.
No, it won't show you when it closes.
Yeah, that sucks. Because I like you said, I would have laughed just looking at the games.
Paw Patrol World.
It was like
My Little Pony something. Barbie Project Friendship. The Reddit thread that I looked at had a not safe for work filter on it. I had to tap to see what it was.
Oh Lord.
My Little Pony.
Tier 1.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Tier 1 was Cartoon Network Adventure Time. Then you had Paw Patrol On a Roll, Ben 10 Power Trip, Jumanji Wild Adventures, and then My Little Pony at Zypher Heights. And then Tier 2 was the Grinch Christmas Adventures, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants Unleashed, SpongeBob, the Patrick Game, and then Monsters High, Skulltimate Secrets. Fuck, I would have bought it just if I saw that after title. Skulltimate
Secrets.
I have to have it now. To have it for fucking Skulltimate.
Go find it. It's gonna be cheap because they're about to delist them.
Nah, it's showing like $15.99 was the
on Steam.
This game, I'm not paying $15.99. Yeah.
Add it to your wish list. You never know when your friends and loved ones are gonna watch out for you and get you what your heart most desires.
I'll wait for another bundle experience.
Valentine's Day's coming up. That's the next precedent to go. Somebody gets the hentai tentacle game gifted to them. It's in their library. As a matter of fact, is Renee here? I sent Renee something. He hasn't redeemed it yet. They messaged me today and was like, make sure he redeems his game. I gotta hit up Renee. I'll reach out to him.
Yeah, he should be up now. He's still there.
Oh, there he is. Damn, I willed him into existence just now. Renee,
up. I think he slept majority of the day.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Renee, Steam sent me a reminder. I sent you something on Steam. You got to go in there and redeem it. Just don't let it. I mean, I'll send it to you again, but just don't let it expire. I think he's got like 2 weeks on it, but I guess they start sending those things out. Your friend on Steam has not redeemed their title. So,
Ultimate, man, fucking Skulltimate. I want it now.
Skulltimate. Add it to your wish list.
I gotta have it. I have to have it.
How does it look? Does it look good?
I just want that fucking title, man. That shit's awesome.
Would you put it like at the top of your library? Okay, so we have a Monster High game for the Wii U. I will admit that's in my library. But I don't think it's called Skulltimate Secrets.
Yeah, so you create your own avatar, you're running around. I have no idea. It's like a weird platformer. That's what I'm saying. It's mostly positive. It looks like a platformer.
Looks good. Create your own monster. Steam Deck verified. Here we go. You could have been playing Skulltimate Secrets.
That might be that guy like on the plane, just playing in the back corner and playing Skulltimate Secrets, and nobody knows.
Yeah, what's he got?
Shame.
He's
out there killing Witcher 3. Like they're playing Skulltimate Secrets.
Yeah, what's the thing about somebody getting the new I guess Buisha's joke, the $6,000 PC, and they're firing up like Stardew Valley on it to run it at 4K, 60 frames per second. Stardew Valley.
My favorite bit is the one I sent it to use. I spent $5,000 on this new graphics card, and I'm firing up this visual novel from 1995.
Yeah, yes, that's what it is. It's always something like that.
Yeah. I'm glad I bought it. That way nobody else can have it, and then fires up visual novel from 1995 that can run on a Windows 98 machine. Second edition.
I mean, how many Steam Decks did Valve sell? Probably off of the popularity of the past couple of years of like Vampire Survivors and Balatro, like not very demanding titles, but something that people wanted to have portable on a good device. Tetris.
Portable collection.
Tetris for Game Boy.
Pretty cheap. I ended up buying that one. Yeah.
What's in that one?
That's Vampire Survivors on there. Yeah.
It is.
I went on there and checked that list. It's like, man, I have none of these games finally, because that's why I never buy bundles. I always have like 1 or 2, and I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it.
I just send those codes on typically.
Portable one they got on there.
Is there some good games in there? Read off that list. See, when I Google these, it gives me a billion different handheld bundle of handheld games. Ultra Kill.
Yeah, Ultra Kill's popular. Yeah, Haste is popular. Creatures of Ava. Death Ball is popular. Backpack Heroes, a lot of streamers doing that. Vampire Hero, Survivors, and then Nidhogg 2.
I remember Nidhogg from like PS3 days.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah.
Backpack Hero. How you organize the games in the bag.
Yeah, there was a bit where a lot of streamers were doing that. Like you have to, it's like your Resident Evil 4 type thing. Like you have to like fit items in there. And it's that inventory management type thing. Yeah, and then you get like more packs, and you can. So
you start packing more shit in there. Creatures of Ava. Oh, I listened to a My Perfect Console with this with Rihanna Pritchett. She was talking about this game. I didn't know that's what this was. Very cool. I might grab this too.
It's a good list. I think it was like $12 for all 7. I was like, $12? Yeah, let's go. I mean, Vampire Survivors is like usually $5 full price by itself. So
yeah.
Ultra Kills, like I think normally it's still early access. I think it's still $20. So I was like, yeah, for Ultra Kill, I was like, I'll do it. Any
of these we can all play together? Haste looks like a mind trip. It's like sending you flying forwards. Oh yeah, Ultra Kill looks insane too.
Yeah, it's like the old school Quake stuff. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. Oh, good randomness. Thank you, Humble Bundle, for your randomness. They've had some good bundles to start off this year. Something for
Ultimate's
everybody.
up there, man.
Ultimate. Oh boy. Let's go into games played. I've been messing around with a bunch of stuff. I made progress on Final Fantasy X. I got through the Thunder Plains. I think I did that last time I updated, but I made it through the Macalania Forest.
The Macarena?
The Macarena Forest. I wasn't paying attention to my party at one point, and I was kind of grinding. I'd played for maybe like 30, 45 minutes. And two of my characters had been turned to stone, and it didn't click. And then the last character got turned into stone, and that was it. Instant game over. And I was like, no, shit. I was like, how far back is this going to put me? And then I saw Titus at the save sphere thing, and I'm like, no fucking way. I'm not doing this. I'll come back to this. So I did, and I got past that part, and here's like a story beat where you find the first Jex sphere. I guess there's multiple Jex spheres. We're getting close to the point where the furthest I've ever gotten in this game, so I don't remember. The guide says there's more Jex spheres. I don't remember getting any more, but they're kind of like memories of Titus's dad, and they're kind of out and about in the world. While the PS2 was hooked up, I threw in Vice City. Somebody sent me a cover of a Blondie song. Was it Call Me? I want to say it was Call Me, but that's like the Blondie song, right? No, it was Heart of Glass. Somebody did a cover of Heart of Glass that was like a slowed down acoustic one. It was really fucking good. And I was like, holy shit. But usually, are you guys like this when you hear a cover? You're like, I got to hear the original now and see what the differences are, just to like their take on it. But it got me on an 80s kick. I dove off into this Hall & Oates and all that shit. So I popped in Vice City. I was like, I need to hear some 80s music, and I need to see the lights flying by and all that. And I just fucked around in Vice City for like an hour, just running around in the car and progressing the story some and messing around with that. I downloaded the Dragon Quest 7. What are they calling that? Reimagined? Demo. There's a demo that was announced for that. Yeah. It's out on everything. I think it's out on Switch, Switch 2. It's weird we say that for the two different versions, right? I guess we do series consoles. Switch consoles is how we're going to do for a while until they're not both supported, which is going to take a while. Both Switch consoles, but they're different, right? They're different experiences, I guess, like the series consoles. And PS5 and PC. And I downloaded it on Steam Deck. I think it came out on everything super early that morning except Steam. And then we were waiting like 11:30, 12. And then I guess Steam updates mid-afternoon, it feels like when the sales go live at 1 o'clock. But I downloaded that, and I think I sent you guys this warning. If anybody's playing on Steam Deck that's listening, I know friend of the show, Buish, friend of the show, Renee, might run into this. If you download it on Steam Deck, it defaults the settings to these absolute like dog shit, Assessor would say potato settings. It's horrible. I was watching in the opening video as it's loading in, and there's a bird that flies in, and it's the same thing they showed us when they announced the game, right? So I've seen this trailer probably 5 or 6 times. The clouds are like pixelated as the camera's flying through there, and I'm like, what is this? And I just started tinkering around with settings, and honestly, I bumped almost everything up to the highest setting on Steam Deck, and I'm still getting 60 frames per second. I'll send you guys the settings, or if somebody is listening, watching, and wants to know. I followed a video and basically bumped everything up except for there's like, you can set performance mode or graphics, I think they call it. And then there's like a balanced, and I think it ended up being more of the balanced, but it just, I don't know why it's a demo, right? And it's not Steam Deck verified yet. It's playable according to their testing, but it's been a long time since I launched something that just like shit the bed immediately like that, where it just looked horrible. It's like, you're capable of way more than this. But I put like an hour into that. It's from what I understand, the demo is like the first island, so it's actually a pretty meaty chunk of gameplay. I still have yet to get to a battle. Cesar, this is my experience with Dragon Quest. The past 2 titles I've been messing around with. I love a good turn-based system. I'm trying to get to one. I'm trying to get there, and I'm like, man, I could be playing Final Fantasy X. But this is how you
pressed A to stairs.
Press A. You don't have to press A to stairs anymore. It's actually kind of nice.
Oh.
I'm in people's houses, like raiding their baskets and shit. Like I'm picking up their baskets and slamming them down, looking for coins and medicinal herbs and shit. But it's beautiful. It looks great. It sounds great. It plays wonderfully. You can adjust the cameras because it comes from an era of being stuck with like an inverted horizontal or vertical camera. This is how you do a remake. It's gorgeous. And I hope we get some more in the same style. And I don't dislike HD 2D, but this style is stunning. Have either one of y'all messed around with this yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I downloaded the demo off the Japanese store and PlayStation probably a day before it came out over here, which is weird. I don't know why they did that, but I put a good hour in there.
Staggered release, yeah. You're probably your main character. I named him Aurus after I saw the Japanese like character's title is Aurus, so I named him that. And you pick up Eris, and you pick up Maribel, and you're headed to meet the prince at the castle. And I tried to deviate from the path that you're supposed to go to the castle, and Maribel yells at you every time you try to go down another path. She's like, "That's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be going to the castle." I'm like, "What the fuck? Just let me find a battle. Let's go fight somebody." But it's very streamlined so far, and I'm headed to the castle to figure out what our mission is. One I've been messing around with. I probably got like 2 or 3 hours on Steam Deck, and I have been sleeping on this one for quite some time. But it's Sleeping Dogs. That's I know this is one of your favorites from many years ago. This game is fucking awesome. It's really good. Brad, have you messed around with it at all?
Mm-mm.
It's good.
Man. You get to the best part, but that's towards the end of the game is when you get to Emma Stone. Emma Stone?
I saw her in the credits, like it loads like a movie, so you're seeing like the voice actor talent and stuff like that. You play as Wei Shin. He's going back to this town he grew up in, but it's like nobody remembers him. But he's a double agent, like he's working for the cops, and he's trying to infiltrate, I guess, the triad gangs. But it's super atmospheric. You're wandering the streets, and the vendors are hollering at you, trying to sell you DVDs and cell phones. And Baker is always, what's his thing about the bun, Cesar? I'm sure you heard it 1,000 times because I've already heard it like 200 times. He's like, a man that doesn't eat a hot bun is not a man at all, or something for your health when you go by. The street vendors are yelling at you. It's super atmospheric and good. The battle system's kind of like Batman. You've got like you rotate around characters.
I haven't played this game in 12 years, but I remember the story very vividly. I know I don't want to say anything because then I might end up spoiling something for you.
Oh, I got you.
So I got to be careful with it.
I could see it's already a gangster story. Like there's a bunch of intercrossings and people are stepping on people's turf, and like the missions I'm doing now, I've got to prove myself to these guys. So I'm going to shake people down for money, like for protection. So the vendors and stuff are giving you money so that you are under the protection of, I think it's Winston that I'm working for, and not Dog Eye. Like Dog Eye's the bad guy, and Dog Eyes influence some of the vendors, so they have people that come fight you, and it's just it's really good, and the battle system's not too much to interfere with the story, and it's got a good flow to it. You could be fighting somebody, grappling somebody, and it plays out in a isometric, I guess, like a Yakuza game almost. But then if somebody comes at you, they'll light up real fast, and you can counter. And the game engine just like seamlessly moves Wei Shin into a counter like Batman. Brent, I know you love those Arkham Asylum games.
Yeah.
He moves just like Batman. Like it's got that flow to it with the combat and stuff where he ducks out of stuff and grabs people and throws them over. There's environmental things like you can grab people, you grapple them and grab them. You can walk them over to a trash can, like slam their head in the trash can. There's cool things that you could do in the environment like that. But it's really good. Tinker with the settings a little bit. Runs well on Steam Deck. I think it's not verified because the font's small. Y'all play games sometimes that don't just the font is like too small in that 800. Yeah. That's basically 720p screen. I feel like there's something else I wanted to talk about. I've been tinkering around with, but I can't think of it. We put a pause on the racing game stuff. My kids still love the racing wheel, but there's no new like major updates on that. But I've been talking for a minute, so I'll hand it off.
For me, I think they played a little bit more Chronos. We were going off to right now. I'm at this point where I'm going to the hospital, following the story of trying to figure out what's exactly going on, how this world became to be, where it's kind of like this massive mutilation and everything that's happening into modern day Poland. I'm trying to extract the essence of a doctor now. So it's like I'm just trying to solve this mystery of like what happened. And it seems more and more from these travelers interacting and modifying time that they might be the people that are the beings that introduce this actual virus they're investigating. That's the way it's looking at right now. So outside of that, like I said, it's about another hour in there. I'm just like I said, I'm slowly just going through it when I have time. I've been playing Chained Echoes. It was recently on the Steam Deck. I think it was on sale for like half off on Steam. And this is kind of like this is developed by a German studio. It's a love letter to Super Nintendo RPGs. The very beginning of the game, which is the prologue, was very funny because it was very similar to like Chrono Trigger, where you have the mother waking you up from bed and opening it up like there's going to be some festival.
Yeah.
And then there's a bit on there's a bit on there where she goes over there that your mom moves over to you, and as you're trying to get out of the bed, she's like, if you don't get up, I'm gonna punch you. And then you wake up and it's like he's in this ship and he's a mercenary that's getting under attack. And so like they're in these airships flying through there, and it's like, all right, you have to fly these like flying mechs. And they're mercenaries that are going for like this one big job where they're trying to rob this jewel. And it's like there's a three-way war going on between this like it's like a continent, and there's like three different nations on there, split up three ways, and they're just constantly in war for like the last couple like decades, if I'm not mistaken. So they're going for like this big heist of trying to steal this gem, and then it's kind of like the prologue as you go through there. So it's like it kind of introduces you to the battle system, which is similar to like a mixture of Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy, Super Nintendo Final Fantasy. You don't have you don't have that ability where you kind of like do these combo attacks yet, but you have like these special attacks that are similar like Chrono Trigger, but it is turn-based like Final Fantasy. You don't have like a active time battle or anything like that.
No ATB system.
Style Way 1, yeah. So as you go through, you get into these flying mechs, and then you get shot down, and it pulls you through into this battlefield. And then you basically get into this gym, and this gym kind of goes off, and it explodes everything around the area. And so I guess they were trying to say this like they call it the Opus Stone, but it's not what it was claimed to be. Basically, it does this huge blast. It decimates the whole castle that we're at. And then it flies off a couple years later or months later, where they said afterwards that that blast caused all these nations to kind of do a peace treaty as a reference to what happened. And I think they're doing like a celebration now. It's like a year later after the peace treaty's been signed. And then it's cutting over to like a bunch of different characters now. Like you're in this capital city of Florence-Port. And then you start off with these new characters called Robin Lynn that are part of the city guard. And then she's secretly a princess from another nation. But she's kind of like just investigating this one. She's in there, but she's undercover. And as you go through, she sees somebody that looks like they're trying to, like a terrorist organization that's trying to disrupt the celebrations for the 1-year anniversary of the peace treaties. And so she goes underground and falls through there. And then it cuts over to this other guy, which I think is like a merchant. And he's like enjoying like the festival itself, and it has you do these mini games and pulls through.
Like
and
Chrono
then I think
Trigger.
I'm on this. Yeah, now I'm on this fourth character where it jumped over where, because like as I went in there, I did all these mini games and I got prizes and I can go collect them. And so this lady at the front was like, "Yeah, turn in your tokens at me and then pick out your prizes." And then he went up there, I picked out the prizes, and I went to the vendors like, "Yeah, all right, where's your money?" He's like, "Well, I gave it to the lady up front." He's like, "There's no other lady working up front." and then she ran off with the money.
Shit.
Damn.
And then that's your new character that you're going through right now. That's the one I just started with her. And she's kind of like they call her the Red Widow, if I remember correctly, or she's like Scarlet. She looks like what was it? I'm trying to remember. Sienna, and she's like a thief, and so like her bit is like they call it the Red Succubus, and so whatever she can do to make money. So as I go through, I can either help people or steal stuff. It's like you have people that are like passed down on the bench, like do I steal their keys and money or leave them alone? And it's like you can do stuff like that, and it kind of like influences other stuff in the story. So she gets captured, and apparently she owes a lot of money to these mercenaries. So they work out a deal. If she breaks into the palace and steals like this gem, they'll call off hitting her up for this debt for the time being. It's not enough to pay off her debt. So now I'm at the part where I'm in the sewers, and then I just ran into Glenn, which was the guy from the prologue, the one that said he had to dream about the mother punched him in the face if you don't wake up. He disappeared after that explosion because he didn't know if they survived. So apparently they were in the sewers and got swallowed up by a kraken and got split up. And I've teamed up with Sienna because like they were like, all right, so let's just we like all three of us need to go to the palace. Let's just go to the palace and then we go our separate ways because we got different missions. They don't want to go into the treasury like she does, but they're there for some kind of political reason. So that's where I stopped at right now. It's like they just teamed up and then we're working our way from the sewer system to break into the palace. So
heist. You like a good heist.
This is like all the first it's probably like the first 2 hours in chapter 1. So
okay. That's a lot going on. That one's been on my list, and I think you dabbled with it when it was on Game Pass. I don't know if it's still on Game Pass or not.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's one of those games that are like, if you're looking for a physical copy, they sign up with like First Press Games, and it's been in development hell for like forever. So do not pay money to get that.
Oh no.
Because I think they're barely staying afloat, and they're a UK base. And what's crazy is there's like a Crimson shoot 'em up RPG that, and this is different from the one I told you about, Dispatch Games. This is different because I forgot I had this one too. I bought their PS4 copy Crimson. I forgot what it's called. I had to check it every now and then because it still says in production.
Okay.
I bought this in 2019, and they still have not released it yet.
Damn.
I looked at it the other day.
Is that your longest?
Saying, like, yeah, we're gonna.
Is that your longest unfulfilled?
Dispatch Games is the one that
thing?
I'm more upset about. Dispatch Games because they have at least First Press Games are still around. Dispatch Games is. I'm never getting that money back. They're gone. They're gone.
Damn.
I mean, they're not even listed as a active business. So yeah, here we go. Unfulfilled. I got it in September 11th, 2021. And it was for Crimson Clover World Explosion Nintendo Switch, actually. It's a shoot 'em up. And ever since then, I have not bought another physical copy from this company. I think they got the exclusive right to do this game physically, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, which I think it's still, you can still do active pre-order. But they've been doing active pre-order for like the last 2 years, So I said F it, and I just went ahead and bought that digital copy because it was like $12.99. So, but yeah, that's it.
That one's been on my wish list, so I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it is very much if you're in the mood for like a Chrono Trigger or Super Nintendo Final Fantasy based game, it is up that alley. It's unapologetic. That first bit got me. That first bit still gets me, man, because I woke. It's a whole bit from Chrono Trigger, and like your mom opens the curtains, just like, it's a nice day today. It's like, you're gonna meet so and so for the festival, and then he's like, you gotta get out of bed, and then that next bit is like, if you don't get out of bed, I'm gonna punch you. You know, I sit there like, what? Then they just wake up and he's in an active battlefield. And I was like, that's pretty good. There's a lot of good humor in there. Yeah.
Messing with some good tropes too, like a callback. It's awesome.
But yeah, that's it. I'll pass it off to Brant. Now, outside of I would do games acquired, but as you can see, I'm still going through everything acquired. So you can see my Switch 2 stack right there. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
I have games acquired, and that's all I have. Just a couple. And actually, for Richard's interest, guides acquired as well.
Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. I'm in.
Start talking game guides, and he perks up.
Yes.
So first off, for the PS4, I have the Ghostbusters, the video game remastered. Picked this up today.
How was that? How was that remaster?
As far as I know, I didn't hear anything bad.
The same as if you enjoyed the PS3 and 360 one, that's what it was.
I just get I get cautious like as years go on, and it's great that things move forward and you're able to play things on new platforms. But like I'm playing Final Fantasy X on PS2 because there were some weird changes on the Vita and PS3 and PS4 one. Like there's different artistic changes, and I'm playing Vice City on PS2 because I know it has the soundtrack. It's got the right skybox. Yes, it's going to run at 8 frames per second sometimes, but that's kind of the charm of that era of gaming. But I'm just curious sometimes when things are remastered and I don't know a lot about them. Like, what did they carry over? Is it just a good upscale, or did they redo a bunch of facial animations and voice work? Or I know it's hard to make
games. Just like how we talked about. Yeah. Well, we talked about the pixel remasters, and some people are like, man, they sterilized it. That game's lost, the 1, 2, and they've lost their individuality because the sprites didn't look like that until the later games, and they've just made them all look the same. But I mean, like it's a different way to play these games. It's a convenient way to play these games. But I get what you're saying. Is sometimes there are those things that get lost. Yeah. Those elements.
So I don't think there was anything cut from this game, and what makes this game super important is because this actually was a sequel to the second movie. I mean, you had Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis, may he rest in peace, wrote the script for this game. Okay. So this is canonical. I mean, before Sony kind of went off with they're trying to do a franchise with it when they kind of respun and rebooted now, because they integrated a lot of these the old original characters from the original first 2 films in this new franchise. So like I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't seen it, but there's ties to the first 2 movies in there. But this was canonical. This is why it's super important. I don't think anything was cut from it. It's just a facelift.
Okay.
I think the only thing I take that back. I don't think the only thing they cut out of it was I think they took out. I think it's in English only, so they took out all the foreign voice acting. I guess they didn't pay to get those relicensed. So outside of that, I think it's just a facelift. So
and an updated port essentially for next generation. Is it?
Yeah, I remember correctly when I played it. I think they dedicated the game to Harold Ramis because I think it was like maybe 5 years after he passed.
Okay.
So 5 or 10 years after he passed. So I think that's the only thing they kind of did differently in there.
I've got this as well, Brant. Is it can we play it multiplayer online? Is it co-op?
It's a single player.
Damn
on the back.
It was supposed to be co-op online, but they cut the online portion of the game in development. So
why did I think it had an online component to it? I started to get super excited. Brant, you didn't think this random game would start up this conversation, did you? What was that, Cesar?
Because the original design for the game was it had an online mode. It was cut from the original game.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to be.
And then these 2 are still factory sealed from limited run. We came across both Shantae, the original for Switch, and Risky's Revenge, the director's cut, for a very, very decent price. And this actually puts me having almost all of the Shantae games for Switch. I think there's one game that I have only on 3DS, and I was just kind of looking, and it's Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, and that game is, because of course it was a limited run game, ridiculously expensive now. So I probably just keep my 3DS version and be happy with that.
Yeah.
And then as far as guides, I talked about getting back into this game, and I just, out of curiosity, went on eBay and looked to see if they had a guide. I found one in very, very good condition. But this is Metroid Prime 2 Echoes official strategy guide here.
Yeah,
from Nintendo Power.
Follow cover. What am I trying to say? It's got like a folio.
The hollow foil.
Yeah, hollow foil. There it is. Well, I was struggling with that.
So I have this basically just as a reference if I get stuck. I mean, I love going through these games, and I've already gone through like basically the first 2 parts of the game. It seems like there's about 4 sections in this game, 4 different areas to go through and explore. And it seems like I'm mostly through that second area that I kind of where I died and got sent all the way back, and I've kind of got to work my way back through.
Does it say that in the guide? Did you look up that part and it's like, strap in for this next piece?
Well, I looked at it and it's like, it can be daunting but it's pretty easy to learn the like enemies bullshit. Patterns and stuff. I'm like, for whatever reason, I keep fucking dodging and he'll like moves with me. I'm like, I don't fucking get it. I don't get it.
My Metroid thing is to fall into something and not be able to get out of it, like a pit that's just killing me.
Oh god.
I was messing around with Metroid 2 on the Game Boy and I fell off into something and it was like, it was syrupy, like it affected Samus's jump, and I couldn't just like jump up out of this thing, and it's just draining my energy. It seems like that happens in every Metroid game. I end up on some soup swamp, and it's just wearing me out, and I can't jump out of it.
And then the other one today that I found is actually a Pokemon guide that was priced very reasonably as well. It's the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl version. So those are some of the DS games. And aside from the fact that it doesn't have the poster that it's supposed to have, you can see the little ripped part out here.
Yeah.
It's in very good condition. So, I mean, there's a part on the front, this front cover, you can see it's been like bent. But other than that, I mean, the pages are in really good condition, so I can only assume, some kid got it and was very excited about the poster portion, and then maybe used the guide a couple times and didn't really care that much, and then that's it. So
that's all it was used for, poster extraction.
Yeah, because it's very, very clean. I mean, if you look at the front of the pages and kind of bend the book, to look at the state of the edges of the pages, they've got, a little bit of wear, but you open it up and they are pristine. There's, not dirt, grime, or, any spilling of any kind of candy or juice or any kind of other things you'd expect from a guide that a kid, most likely a child, would have handled.
Right.
So that was a pretty decent find. So
I think that's the last one. Last one I sold at retail was Diamond and Pearl.
Really?
I think
Diamond
so.
and Pearl.
I don't tend to care with a guide. If I buy a game off eBay, I tend to want the manual. It's rare where I'm like, the disc is fine. I feel like for that era, I need the manual too. But sometimes the guide can be had for super cheap, especially with like no poster. It'll say no poster, or as a matter of fact, Games Acquired, I just got Mega Man X Command Mission, the turn-based Mega Man X for GameCube. It came out on GameCube and PS2. And it runs at double frame rate on GameCube, and I got a better deal on it because it didn't come with like a collectible card that makes that one complete. But it's got the disc and the manual in it. But nice. I don't need the collectible card. That part doesn't matter to me. Game and manual is good. So I found that with guides too. The poster's missing. Were you going to do something with the poster, Brant?
Probably not.
Yeah, it's just going to sit folded up in the back of that book. So It's Schrodinger's.
It's nice to.
It's Schrodinger's poster.
It's nice to look at it and be like, cool. It's got the poster still. It's still gonna have the poster in 20-something years when it pull it off the shelf.
I remember when I bought that. It didn't have a poster. Now you just that's how you identify it.
Yeah. But that's a Prima guide, and I was talking about, I went to a game store today, and they've got a small section of some guides, but it's like there's like GTA 5 and there like 3 times, and I think God of War 2 and some other stuff, but like I've already got, and a lot of like the Brady guides.
How much was that GTA 5 guide? One of those 3 copies.
I don't know if I didn't see it on the spine. I'd have to. It's been there the past like few times I've gone. So next time, I'll take a picture of the guides, and I'll send it to y'all. See if y'all are interested in any of them. I know you're more of your guidebook connoisseur, Richard. So
only if it has the poster. Only if it has the poster. I'm out. If it's posterless,
you're a stickler for that poster, huh?
If I don't get the full map on GTA 5, no poster, no game, or no dice.
But I've gotten to the point where, at least certain games or certain franchises, if I find the guides for it, I like it just because it's nice to have just in case I ever get stuck in those games, or it's a cool little snapshot of that point in time. Because it's majority of the time there's no guides for Expedition 33 as far as like a paperback guide, unless you're gonna maybe somebody's written something up on game FAQs, but most of the time people just do video walkthroughs and stuff.
That would be a good one to have sitting next to you when you go through it, right? Or Cesar was talking about using the digital copy for Infinite Undiscovery a week or 2 ago, and flipping through that one. Remember when those used to come with digital copies? I know Cesar was collecting a bunch of those too. Used to be able to get
the archive has it's a shit ton of strategy guides on there digitized.
I need to check those out.
I just went on there and just downloaded it.
I've used them before for like EGM magazines. I'll get bored and just find an EGM magazine and look at that scan on Internet Archive, and they're beautifully scanned in there. You just scroll and you're looking at each page.
High quality.
Yeah, they've done a great job with that. I need to do as much as we talk about, print media and stuff like that. I need to look into that Game Informer subscription again. Last time, because they're independent, they're free from GameSlop. And last time I looked at it, it was kind of expensive, but there's a tier where you get their entire digital back catalog, which I think would be very, very cool to have access to, and just randomly look at whatever Game Informer. We played these old random games. Cesar could find when they were talking about Infinite Undiscovery, or Brent, you could pop back and see what the hype was like around Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and see what previews were like, and the E3 before that, and just these are the wormholes we all go down, right? The 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, might look
about to say I love that, because one of those magazines that I happen to have is, I think one of them has the original like PlayStation 3 with the boomerang controller on the front.
Yes,
there's a whole article in there about it.
Yes.
I was like, golly, I remember that. I remember, reading all that, and there was the hype about, even back then, we had the Final Fantasy VII was supposed to get that remake, and they were talking about, seeing the materia that you equip in the, on the character, and stuff actually changing.
Yeah.
And it would be years before we got that.
God, that tech demo was something else. That tech demo was absolutely something else. Unbelievable.
That was a blitz play.
Mirror. You watched that too, Cesar? I'm like,
it's nonstop fumbles all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was a blitz ass play.
Brett, this was like me and Cesar playing blitz. It's like 18 people touched this ball and kept fumbling it. It just kept, and at one point it just goes flying up in the air. The Bears
and then went out of bounds.
Ball.
I was like, that's the same shit. Yeah, that's the same shit would have happened to us.
The Bears needed that
when it
ball.
went out of bounds, and the original team would have had it. Yeah.
Yep. Bad luck.
Oh God.
Is that it, gents? We wrapping this one up? You're done, Brant?
That's it.
Anything
Yes,
else
sir.
y'all want to throw in there? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See you.